Hi, everyone. I'm Ed Griffin, and it's my pleasure today to introduce to you a chap that I just met for the first time face to face today. One of the most interesting and impressive young guys, I consider he's a young guy, that I've ever met because he really understands what's going on in the world today. Really at a deeper level. It's not just a oh my goodness, look what's happening. Oh, that's frightening, isn't it? And he's a man that knows what to do about it. And he'll tell you what he did about it. And he's a sort of a role model. I'd like to see everybody do more of what he did. And he'll tell you what he did. And it's very impressive. So his name is Tom Haviland, and he's a retired military guy. He was a major in the military. He'll tell you all about that. And what he did in his position to take a stand for truth and justice and freedom is very, very impressive. He's going to be at the Red Pill Expo in Tulsa, Oklahoma, coming up in July 12 and 13. He'll be on stage as a speaker, and you'll get the full story there. And I hope you can make it. Now, of course, we know not everybody can travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma, so we have a live stream going on also, and it'll cover the whole two-day event, and it's entirely free. So you have no reason not to see this guy talk about what he did to change the whole world. His name is Tom Haviland, and with that, Tom, I'm going to turn this over to you, and we want to hear your story.
Well, Ed, thanks for inviting me to be a guest speaker at the upcoming Red Pill Expo in Tulsa, Oklahoma on July 12th and 13th. Really looking forward to this. Been a great admirer of you for years. I'm a retired U.S. Air Force major, did 20 years in the Air Force, then spent 16 additional years as a defense contractor. But Ed, it all came to a grinding halt on October 13th of 2021 when I refused to take the Joe Biden mandated COVID vaccines. I lost my $165,000 job that day in kind of a spectacular way. A Air Force three-star general had sent out an email to the whole base telling the military, the government civilians, and us defense contractors when we had to get the shots by or else get kicked out. He was also trying to guilt those of us who had not taken the jabs yet into taking the jabs. Well, I sent him back an email. Remember, this is an Air Force three-star general. I said, shame on you. You failed us. Instead of standing up for our right to decide for ourselves whether or not to take an experimental drug, you chose to spend your time trying to guilt us into taking the jab. Shame on you. And I didn't just send that email to him. I CC'd all 30,000 people that work at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. So I knew what was going to happen, Ed. I got a call a half hour later from my defense contractor boss, and I was fired from my $165,000 a year job as an engineer and data analyst for shaming the Air Force three-star in front of the entire base. But somebody had to do it. None of the generals, none of the colonels were pushing back on these unlawful mandates that were really encroaching upon our individual freedom. So it turned out to be a blessing in a way, though, Ed, because it led me to doing these in my early retirement, worldwide embalmer blood clot surveys. I watched that movie Died Suddenly the night it premiered in the week of Thanksgiving of November of 2022. And I saw there were about 6 or 7 embalmers that were seeing these very unusual white fibrous clots in their corpses. I said, but that's weird. So after watching the movie, I decided to do a worldwide survey that includes the United States, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand to see just how prevalent these clots were. Because I was very suspicious that the FDA and the CDC would not be looking into this at all, any connection to the COVID-19 vaccines. So I've done 3 surveys the last 3 years, and the results of those surveys are shocking, and I'll be talking about those at the Expo. But even more shocking, Ed, is the fact that there was such cowardice on the part of not only embalmers, but also funeral directors, doctors, because we know these are happening in the living as well, cardiologists, endovascular specialists, to want to talk about this. So there's not only been this tremendous amount of this damage, and these clots were in a significant number of corpses, there's also been a significant cover-up by lots of people who were either felt threatened to lose their own jobs or they may have pushed the vaccines and didn't want to admit that they had done something wrong. So there's quite a cover-up going on, and I'll be talking about that in detail at the conference. I'll also be trying to inspire people to have the courage to speak up, speak out about this, let your loved ones know. And the next time that this kind of thing comes down the pike, where they mandate masks or they mandate vaccines on people, have the courage to say no, because you're allowed to say no, believe it or not. And that's kind of an American thing. We are a country that was founded upon individualism, ruggedness, not collectivism. So if people want to know more about that, please come and listen to me give my full speech at the Red Pill Expo coming up on July 12th and 13th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks a lot, Ed.
Tired of the blue pill and its fake reality? Take the red pill and learn the truth about COVID, climate change, and numerous other media lies. At Red Pill Expo, July 12th and 13th, 2025. Experts from around the world will share their research to let you in on what's really going on behind the scenes of the globalists' efforts to control your mind and your lives. The expo will be live streamed and you can attend for free in the comfort of your home. Simply visit redpillexpo.org and register for your free live stream ticket. Or buy a ticket to attend in person in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Renaissance Tulsa Hotel and Convention Center. Mark your calendar and make your plans today to live stream Red Pill Expo 2025. Get more details and reserve your ticket at redpillexpo.org.